Okay, everyone. As I stated in one of my earlier videos, I was going to do a boil time test. This time I'm going to go ahead and use the stove I made, a couple years ago. I'm going to go ahead and use some denatured alcohol. I'm going to fill it with about 1 ounce because I'm going to boil up 2 cups of water. Alright, there we have about 1 ounce of denatured alcohol. Now, in my canteen here, I'm going to go ahead and measure out 2 cups of water. So here we have 1. And here will be the 2nd cup. Okay, everyone, as you can see, I have my stopwatch here. I'm going to reset it. Just got the stove up and running, just ignited it. I actually thought I was recording, but my daughter informed me that there was nothing on camera, so I'm going to go ahead and put the canteen cup on. And what I forgot, though, is to grab a lid. So my cook time may increase. Actually, you can see this blowing all the way up on top here. What I do have handy is a can, an old coffee can I'm going to be making a billy pot out of. So I'm going to go ahead and set that on top. And we'll just time it and see how long it takes to bring 2 cups of water to a boil. I do hear some noise in there. We're at 3 minutes 34 seconds right now. We'll take a quick look at it. So I'm going to take another peek at it. We're at 5 minutes 36 seconds right now. And she's still just simmering. She's not at a rolling boil the way I want to see it. We are at 6 minutes 53 seconds, so we'll see how much longer it takes to get her to the hard rolling boil that I want to see. And then I'll turn back on the light. I do have the other light on my fly tie bench just shining on here so we can kind of see what we're doing. And we have ignition. Go ahead and stop this. I'm not sure if you can see this. I'm going to turn on the light. We're at 7 minutes 29 seconds. It's not a simple simmer. I mean, she's at a rumble. You can see that there. So, okay, everyone, we're just finishing topping this off. This is the Altoids tin burner that I showed you in a previous video. I'm going to go ahead and get it ignited. I do have a stopwatch. Actually, I'm going to hold off 1 second until I measure out my 2 cups of water. There's 1. Here's 2. Okay, so basically now we have our water filled and our stove filled. So I'm going to go ahead and ignite it, and as soon as I ignite it, I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. As you can see, it's running there. Reset it to 0. So here we go. Okay, as you can see, she is lit. I had hoped the stove would actually fit this way, but it doesn't. So we're going to have to go ahead and use it this way here. And we have the timer going. So we're going to see how long it's going to take us to get a boil. And what I'm going to do, as I did with the other stove, is I'm going to go ahead and add the can here on top, so we can hopefully increase the efficiency of the burner. I'll turn it off, show you I do have a flame under there. And as I start to hear the water boil, I'll pull off the can and check it as I did with the other stove. I guess the stove here, we'll just refer to it as the Coke can stove, Pepsi can stove, I guess. What I was surprised with this stove was the burn time. You know, it really didn't last too much longer after I shut off the camera. I'll say 8 minutes, maybe max. I'm going to have to do a burn time test on this one to see what I'm getting out of a 1 ounce of denatured alcohol. A little bit surprised that it went out so quickly, but again, it is very efficient. It's just converting the liquid denatured alcohol into a gas and just forcing it through the little jets and creating quite a stove effect. So as I say, we'll take a look at this one maybe again. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but quite a bit of noise coming out of the can or the canteen cup. So I'm going to take a quick look here, and we are at 3 minutes 57 seconds. This is roughly about the same time I've done the first check on the other burner as well. So we should be getting a boil here fairly soon. Five minutes. I'll check it again here at 6 minutes. And don't forget again, we are heating up 2 cups of water, so that'll be 16 ounces. That's a little over 6 minutes. And it's starting to come to a boil now, so we should actually be close to our boiling point. We're at 6 minutes 28 seconds. From what I can see, the little stove appears to be running low on fuel. We're at 7 minutes 6 seconds. Yep. So that's interesting. So the little stove was actually topped off, about 3/4 ounce of fuel. As you can see, the little stove has gone out. The water is extremely hot, don't get me wrong. It was just at a slight boil. It wasn't at a rapid boil as to what the other can had gotten. But we're at 7 minutes, say 35. Okay, everyone, as promised, I'm going to go ahead and do a boil test with the homemade Trangia style stove, home for lunch, and figured I'll get this done and make me some lunch at the same time. The only difference I'm doing with this test is adding this little aluminum pan on this desk. Actually, when I done the boil test with the little Altoids can, I got a awfully strong odor, so I'm going to go ahead and just get that off the paint of this desk and, you know, just do a burn test here. What I found with the Trangia stove is it takes quite a bit longer to get started than the other two, and as you can see, I haven't put in quite 1 ounce yet, but it does have quite a longer burn time. And what I'm trying to do now is actually put some meth around the rim to assist in its warming process. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this ignited right away, and I'll start the timer. It is re-zeroed. I don't know if you can get that, but trust me, that's what it is. So we're going to go ahead, light the stove, and start the timer, which I've done. And while this is preheating, actually it looks pretty well now with the meth burning off the outside rim, but it really doesn't, it's not that efficient. It takes quite a bit longer to do. So while that's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and get myself 2 cups of water in my canteen cup. This will be 1. And I'm pouring out the second one now. So here we have 2 cups of water, and as you can see, I'm still using the same measure. I'm going to go ahead and kill one of the lights so we can take a look at it and see what our flame looks like at this point. I do apologize, I forgot to turn off my monitor behind it. The stove over it yet, the military stove. I'll try to center it a little more is what I'm going to do. But I'm going to show you what we're going to go ahead and prepare. Since I'm boiling water, have it readily available, and I'm home for lunch right now, might as well have some lunch. Basically, it's the Maruchan Instant Lunch Hot and Spicy Beef. I'm taking a look at the stove again. It still doesn't appear to be ready. It's still flickering quite a bit. And just to give you an idea, I'm going to look at the clock, the stopwatch. We're coming up to 3 minutes right now. Right now. And as you can see, it still isn't up to temperature. It's still not giving you that blossom. That's one thing I don't like about this stove. It just takes too long to heat up. We'll go ahead and dim the light again. Take a look at it. Yeah, she's still flickering. It's not quite ready yet. She should be heating up here any moment. It looks like it is. We're at 6 minutes 14 seconds and she still hasn't came up to temperature. You know, I don't know if it's my design, but I've done everything the same as everyone else did on YouTube, so I don't know why she's having a little difficulty. Could be the altitude. I am at 5,930 feet, and as you can see there, we have a flame now. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get it on and start timing the cooking process. Okay everyone, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put the stove on. Go ahead and set it on this way here. Make sure I'm nice and stable. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to go ahead and use the stopwatch function. It'll be the upper and lower section of my Sunto vector. So here we go. Cup is now on. Timer is started. And I'll go ahead and set a cover on it. And as you can see, the Trangia just doesn't put out a strong flame. Let's watch the clock here. We're at 3 minutes, 17 seconds. I'm not going to even lift the top on this like I did with the other two. Look at our time. We're at 6 minutes, 25 seconds. It's starting to make quite a bit of noise. I'm going to take a look and see what we have here. It's getting close. See if I give you a shot of that. I don't know. 8 minutes, 45 seconds, 6. So it's still working at it. And she is at a rolling boil right now. So we're going to go ahead and stop the clock. And we got her to a rolling boil. 11 minutes, 2.3 seconds. And we're going to go ahead and keep the stopwatch running. It's at 19 minutes, 30 seconds. We'll just keep that one running. We still have a flame. So we're going to keep letting that burn off. So I'm not going to save any of that denatured alcohol. And our runtime right now is 24 minutes, 23 seconds. It's almost there. Burn time. See if we can get that. If you can see it, it's 37 minutes, 37 seconds, which, as I stated at the beginning, this thing burns forever.